Hey guys, welcome back. There's a little bit of a change here. So I went ahead and I went blonder, you know, because they say like blondes have more fun for the summer, and this was obviously a process. So you guys have seen me going from those kind of the coppery highlights to now this. We went to more of an ashier full head of baby lights. So this was a process. But I went ahead and I vlogged the entire thing. So I got all the details. I got the product she was using, the technique she used, the toner she used, the type of haircut I have, everything. Everything. So if you guys are interested, because I know I've gotten some questions, I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to jump right into this video. But if you guys are new here, I would love to have you guys stick around. My name is Danielle, and we do a little bit of everything around here. We have a great time, and we're all friends, and it's a fun place to be. But alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Do not forget to subscribe and give it a thumbs up and all that stuff. Do not forget to follow my sister, who is also my hairdresser. I'm going to have all the stuff linked down below. Alright, I hope you guys enjoy it. Okay, so tell them what we're going to do.
Well, she's been coloring her hair red for a long time, and she wants to be blonde again, which I made her blonde before and she colored over it. So now we're back on that journey. And
Are you mad?
it's gonna take a while.
And I'm being patient.
No, she keeps asking me how long it's gonna take her to get light, and then we were in Starbucks today, and this girl with really pretty cool blonde hair was working the drive-thru, and she was like, I like her blonde. And I was like, stop.
If you guys have watched Keeping Up with the Kardashians, the monotone Kourtney Kardashian is my sister. Like, stop. You put red in your hair. You can't have it. Not even like, okay, but we're going to have to work on that or something. Something positive. She said just like this. You put red in your hair.
It's true. If anyone's a hairstylist that follows my sister, they're probably like, oh shit, when I said blonde on the journey to being blonde. They were probably like, God bless you, God bless your soul, Godspeed, my friend.
Okay, well, I have been patient. And, okay, let's go back to the journey of when my hair was blonde. My sister got my hair super blonde.
It was like Khloe Kardashian's, like just like it.
It was just like it. It was a really, really pretty, like, it was really cool tone blonde. It was really nice. It wasn't brassy at all. She did a really good job. It took a while, too, to get that blonde. But anyways, so I was blonde for a long time, like a year, maybe more. And I was doing, what do they call it, like the root shading?
Root shadowing.
And because I have like grays coming in. So we were doing the root, I was just touching up my roots, and I got tired of it. And my sissy is a busy lady, so I hated bothering her all the time. So, because she was working, I mean, she works now, but she was working like hell hours at that time. So she could never do it, and I didn't want to go to her job. So I was like, you know what, YOLO. Got on the good old YouTube and figured out how to...
Which I don't recommend going on YouTube for your hair. If it's styling or braiding, that's one thing, but if it's color, don't do that. So pretty much what I'm doing in her hair is I'm going through and I'm baby lighting her hair. So what that does is that's just adding tiny highlights, but they're in large amounts, so it looks like there's all over a lot of heavy dimension in the hair. But I think that it looks a little bit more modern and not as dated as a regular full foil highlight, which we're all guilty of getting at one point in our life.
Did you hear that?
We're doing it right now, and we're vlogging. You're on the vlog, Mom. Say hi.
Hi.
Mom, she has me on here looking like booty hole.
Do you see those grays, dude?
No.
All right, so here's a question for my ladies who are aging gracefully, such as myself. What is the best way to cover up gray hair? I initially covered The reason why I went dark is because I felt like I had more grays coming in, and I thought it would have been easier to have dark hair and cover it that way. What's the true? What is like the stylist way? Like the professional best way
I'm
to
like
cover?
right here.
Yeah, I mean, what is like the professional best way for women who are
Oh, are you guys? Was this
Yeah.
a question directed towards me?
towards you? Yeah.
I think that always having some dimension in your hair, whether it be like a balayage or highlights or baby lights, that's gonna best conceal gray hair because you have that dimension that's gonna pop through and it's more concealed. But really there's no way to stop it from happening. Like if there was a cure, I wouldn't have a job.
So,
So I like girls with gray hair.
well, you're welcome. I guess I'll keep you in business forever, huh? Can you like see them? You don't even
No.
look.
Because I don't think they're that noticeable, because if they were, I would be seeing them as I'm coiling, and I'm not. I think like you put it in your head that you have all these gray hairs. I think you are like a hypochondriac when it comes to grays.
Dude, you were the one who had a gray eyebrow the other day and you were about to like lose it.
Because that's my eyebrows.
I get those too.
I don't have any in my hair yet. But eyebrows were like a little destroying for me because eyebrows are just such a big part.
All right, so how about some beauty tips for people? Like, what do you see like on social media where you're like, oh, girl. Okay, first let's go into what exactly are my sister's credentials. She is a licensed cosmetologist. She is a professional makeup artist, and she does eyelash extensions, right? Am I missing anything? And she's a teacher. She teaches cosmetology. So she has all those credentials. So what are the things that you see on social media where you're like, baby, why?
Boxy eyebrows.
Yes, girls. You want the eyebrow to fade naturally. And you don't want to go like this, like carve it out. Just like blend it and then just clean it up a little bit with your. And if you're going to use concealer, use the light concealer only on the bottom. Don't do it on the top, baby. You don't want
Yeah,
to
it's
look like
really
that.
bad.
Okay, how about what else?
I kind of just like, and this is like being so honest, I feel like everybody feels good doing something that they like doing to themselves. So like I can't judge it because people probably see all like the crazy makeup I do and they're probably like, this girl's weird.
I'm going to put her Instagram on here, and I'll link it down below. So if you guys want to follow her, which I suggest you do, you can see all her bomb looks and such. And if you were in the Chicagoland area, you can go to her shop and get your eyelashes and makeup did. Yes, girl.
Yep, I work at Solo Salon in the West Loop. There's 2 locations, but they're right down the street from each other. One is on Madison and one is on Washington. We're a pretty cool salon. We're really diverse. And we're like the #1 salon in Chicago, so that's cool. Shameless promo.
I'll links for salon as well down below, so you guys can go check that out. How about like at home hair color? I think you should never ever dye your hair black. I think if you're going to want to be dark, I think you should always go with like a dark brown, because just from like years of hearing it that it's super hard to look black, especially like box color.
And red.
Huh?
And red.
Huh? And I didn't hear that.
So, people in glass houses shouldn't throw
I
stones.
thought my red was so pretty.
Yeah, it doesn't make it any less hard to get out. And I only do this with my sister. If you're a future client, I won't give you a hard time.
Well, here's the problem that we have. So I get like, I'm very impatient with things, and I get in these modes where I'm like, I need to change. So I'll like call her and I'll be like, Rhiannon, I need to change. What should I do? So like, at one time I always had really long hair. Then I cut off all my hair and I went like really short. And then I had the blonde. I'm like, I want to be blonde like Khloe Kardashian, because like she was like everything to me. And then I was like, oh. Then Jaclyn Hill went dark, and I was like, I want to be dark like Jaclyn Hill. So then, but mind you, whenever I do these things, she has to like fix them. So that's where she gets angry, right, baby?
I just think that if you like do your hair at home, you're gonna put all this money towards buying the stuff that you need, and then you mess it up, and then it's gonna cost you even more to fix your hair than if you just go to a salon or have like a professional do it. And it just is gonna cost you so much less money. You're gonna like the outcome right away, and for the health of your hair too. Like, it really makes me nervous and scares me when I see people playing with lightener at home, because I think like they don't know, they didn't go to school for it a lot of the time, and they don't know like what developers do, so they buy 40 thinking that 40 is gonna make them blonde, but 40 just controls how fast the hair lifts. So
this is how people end up with like bald spots, or oh my god, remember when Devil Darlene or whatever, she did my hair? I had this one lady who did, I had a full head of highlight and I went in for a touch up, and she decided to bleach out my roots, and she left it on too long and she burned my head. Like, I had scabs all over. It was terrible. Remember that? Oh, it was so painful. So I think one time when I was maybe about 17 or 18, I tried to like frost my hair myself, like the cap. My hair was like orange. It was horrible, and I had to go to the shop and get it fixed. So I never did it again, but I never play with bleach at home. Like here, like an all over color, dark hair or whatever, you can't really mess that up too bad. Unless you're going over blonde, then you can make yourself pink or whatever. But it was like going from like a dark brown to like a little bit of a red tint. I was never afraid. But when you like to highlight it and do all those chemicals and stuff, I don't ever mess with that. I've never done any like chemical treatments, like Brazilian things, or
don't do that.
Or like the perms or anything like that. I've never messed with any of those things because I just remember hearing like crazy stories. Like I remember this one girl, she did what they call it, a Brazilian, where they straighten it. What is it called?
So there's different types, like the Brazilian blowout treatments that we do, and it's like the for sure like brand of Brazilian blowout treatments. Those aren't going to smooth your, like permanently straighten your hair. Those are great for people that are dealing with frizzy hair but want to keep their curls. It's going to help reduce frizz, and it's just going to make the hair like really manageable. And it's great for people that even have straight hair but they just deal with really bad like humidity issues and styling issues. It just makes the hair a little more manageable. When you are looking for a permanent straightening, you're going to want to go in with a keratin treatment, and you definitely want that done by a professional because it can really mess up your hair. Like when people are getting their hair permanently straightened, I always like to say you want to put the hair down for a nap. You don't want to put it in a coma. And like what I mean by that is like you want the hair to still have some movement, some body, and be able to curl it if you want to curl it with an iron. But if you've ever seen people with like really slick, straight down hair, their hair has definitely been over processed by a straightening treatment. And straightening treatments are permanent, so you have to wait for that to grow out. And you don't really want to mix those with lightener.
Oh, speaking of lightener, we are using, here, I'll grab the box right now. We are using, this one right here, we are using JOICO. Is this the one I picked up?
Yeah, that's typically what a lot of, like the Kardashians stylists use when they want to lift them really blonde. And what I also want to say about that is when you see Kim and then like go blonde for like New York Fashion Week, that is over a long period of time that they don't show, and they are using like bond builders in it to help keep the hair nice and strong. So like they're using Olaplex or like B3, but they're not like just going blonde overnight. So that's what you have to keep in mind. And you have to have Kim Kardashian money to go that blonde in a couple of days. Like if you go into a salon and you want to be all over blonde, honestly the typical price is $400. And I know that it sounds pretty steep. Like it could be like between $300 to $400. And honestly, the hairdresser's spending so much time doing that. And they're using so much product and keeping the health of your hair in mind, so it's worth it. So I hate when I hear people complain about a price like that.
How much or what volume are you using on my hair?
I'm starting out with 20, and then when I get to like the very end, I'll go in with 30 so that I can go the same speed as the 20 volume. The 20 volume is going to be sitting for a little bit longer.
So, by the way, her name's Rihanna. Like the Stevie Nicks song, Rihanna. She also is the one who cuts my hair. So tell them, because a lot of people they ask a lot about my haircut, and when I try to explain to them, like, you really didn't cut it, you just like razored it, I guess. So tell them what kind of cut I have too, because people are really interested in that.
I don't know. I kind of consider this like a lob, like a textured piecey lob. So I do razor cutting with that. And when I was assisting at Solo, the salon that I work at now, I learned a lot from the stylist Jen that I assisted from. She was really great with a razor, and she would just give me like tips and tricks on how to go in and make stuff piecier and, you know, like just stuff about razor cutting. So I just go in with a razor because it's going to add a lot more texture, and it's going to take off a lot more weight than like texturizing shears will, because texturizing shears are good for just removing weight in one solid spot, but sometimes it can make the hair look even bulkier if you keep going over it. So I like using razor cutting. I think it gives a little bit more of like a beachier effect, and it takes a lot more weight out for like really dense hair like hers.
Because I have, so tell them what kind of hair I have, I guess.
She has coarse, high density, wavy hair, which is great for razor cutting.
So my hair is really thick, and I had, when I was a kid, I had a super, like a tight curl more or less. And then I guess over years of like styling it and processing it, it's kind of lost it, so now it's more of a wave. So I like just curl my hair and leave it like kind of like the beachy waves, because I feel like it's so little effort and it lasts a lot longer. So I use a, what is it, 1 1/4 barrel?
An inch and a quarter.
And I just go in and I just kind of curl it in random spots, just keep going away from my face, and then once I'm done with my full hair and it's cooled, I just kind of go in and just shake it up a little bit, and that's just kind of it. And it usually tends to last for a few days. For like shampoo and conditioner, I do a volume one. I use a drugstore one. I really probably should go to the salon shop and get one, but I haven't.
Yeah.
But I just been using the L'Oreal like volume booster. Works okay. It doesn't really give me any problems. But my favorite shampoo and conditioner from like a high-end, like a salon brand, was always the, is it Biolash from Matrix? That one was really good. I like the way that one smelled. And I think that's it.
I think it's really important to invest in a good shampoo, because a lot of brands have like wax and stuff like that in them, so it creates a coating on your hair, and it like pretends to make your hair feel healthy, but really it's just putting all this like garbage that you don't need on top of your hair, so it makes it harder to style. It makes color harder to break through it. So investing in a good shampoo is worth it. If you're gonna invest in anything, it's good hair products.
Okay, so the base of my hair, also I get a lot of questions. So when I was dyeing my hair all one color, it was a 3 neutral brown, like a neutral brown. So I guess on a color scale is like a 1 to a 10, 1 being jet black, 10 being bleach blonde. So I was at a 3. And then in the more recent times, when you notice the really vibrant red, I was just going over it. I was mixing the Matrix Red HD, the Red Violet HD. That's where some people would think it was purple, or some people thought it was just like a brighter red. And I was doing that for quite some time. So now when people think like that my hair is like a copper, it's because of the weight when she's lifting it. Like, as she said before, it's super hard to lift red hair. That's just kind of what's, I guess, like what's left that's stuck on the strands, no? But I know that just from personal experience as a mom, you know, sometimes money is tight. You know, money's tight and you don't have the money to go to the shop and you just don't have it. I mean, I've been there, definitely. That's, you know, kind of the perks of having a hairstylist in the family is I'm definitely not paying salon prices, you know. Sissy kind of hooks me up here. You know, just, I'm lucky like that. I'm very blessed. But if you're going to color your hair, I honestly, just from doing this to my own hair, you have to think about the long run. Is it something you're going to want to do? Even with Rhea, my oldest daughter, she does have color treated hair. My sister has done her hair. And at the time when she wanted it done, a lot of kids in her school were doing like, what do they call it? Like sing or whatever. What is that? Like with the crazy colors?
I don't know, just crazy colors.
Yeah, like the kids are like purples and blues, and you know, it's fun or whatever. Like Rihanna used to have green hair and it looks really cool, and she's had purple and she's had all kinds of colors. But it's something that you have to keep up with, and I knew Ray wasn't going to keep up with it. So when I had her have it done, I made sure that that was something that she thought about, and it's something that she can upkeep. So if going to the shop every couple weeks for a touch-up isn't in your price.
That's why I recommend balayaging.
Yeah.
I love having balayaged hair because I just have to touch up my roots. And you can go 6 to 8 months without having to touch up your hair with a balayage, which is what we do for like a lot of like, we have so many nurses because we're right by like brush and stuff like that at my salon. And we have so many nurses that just like, it's not, they never know like when they're going to get called in and stuff like that, or they're medical students. So we balayage them there and they love it because we'll see them, you know, in 6 to 8 months and their hair color still looks beautiful and the grow up process is really nice and natural. And I think that that's great. Like if you can invest in your hair one time, I would do a balayage and that's going to set you up for like 6 to 8 months.
Yeah, so that's always something to consider.
And then even if you can insert pictures of like balayage or something, just that they can see what it's like.
Yeah. And what else was I gonna tell them? I had some other plan. Oh, we also, when thinking back when I was really light blonde, I did a lot of purple shampoos. So I didn't do it every day though, because
Erica, I'm like once a week.
So that's what I did. I did purple shampoo once a week, and I let it sit maybe like 5 to 7 minutes, and I like shaved my legs and washed my body or whatever, and then I would condition. Because one, the purple shampoo, because it takes the brassiness out, you should use it because even if...
And it's just for hair color levels like 9 through 10. If you have like brown hair, it's really not going to do much.
Yeah, like I was using it when I just got my hair done, and she's like, well, that's really not going to do
anything.
anything.
Yeah, it's like you're just wasting shampoo, but it's okay.
Whatheads. But like for Rhea, her hair is pretty light at the end, so she'll do it. I know I've seen a couple people like sleep in it and their hair turn purple, so don't sleep in it.
But that's good if you like, if you're one of those people that want like the really like fashion gray hair, if you leave it in for like, I used to have fashion gray hair and I would leave purple shampoo in my hair for like 30 minutes and I would get like that grandma like purpley gray hair and I loved it. So if you're looking to do that, it's cool.
I already got the grandma purpley gray hair. Cool, and I didn't even know it. Alright, so here we are. We got all of our foils done. And we're just going to let them process. I don't know, there's like a million. And we're going to let this process, and then she has a toner. We'll show you the toner and everything when we are done processing. Okay, so we're going to wash my hair, but after we wash it, we're going to tone it when the hair is wet, right?
Towel dried.
Towel dried, so we're using, hold on.
More of a base of 9N because it has a blue base to it to cancel out orange, and then I did a little bit of 9V because it has that purple base to cancel out yellow. I did 8T, which is a titanium base, which has some blue in it because some parts of her hair lifted a level 8, which still has some oranginess to it. And then I did 8N, which has a little bit more of a blue base to it too to help cancel out any warmth.
So this is what we did. Cafe au latte. What is it? Cafe au latte. Platinum ice, silver, and Mojave. All right, we gonna go. And then she used this Redken Shades EQ gloss.
It's processing solution. It makes it like work.
Okay, so that's what we're using, guys.
Okay, so we just washed her hair out. and it looks kind of warm right now because we're under warm lighting. But we just washed it, no conditioner, because we're working with Shades EQ. And pretty much for any toner, you want to condition afterwards so that it doesn't put a barrier over the cuticle when you're trying to penetrate it. And then we're just going to wait 15 minutes, maybe give it an extra 5, and then we'll blow her out and style her so you guys can see what's going on.
Right, here is our finished product here. She did so good. It's the perfect, like, cool ashy blonde that I was going for, and I honestly didn't think I would be able to get this shade for quite some time, and my hair feels so good, and it's not like fried, and I mean, I love it. I love the different shades, the dimension, everything. Thank you, Sissy.
You're welcome.
So, guys, if you are in the Chicagoland area and you want to see my sister or anybody that she works with, I'm going to leave all her information down below. And thank you guys, and I hope this answers all your questions, and I will see you on the next video. Take it easy, guys.